Over the years, we've travelled far and wide right across Western Australia, seeking out the greatest produce, some of the most interesting people, and discovering the passion behind the food that makes our state so special. So let's take a look back at one of those incredible stories that makes WA so unique.
I reckon fortified wines might need a public relations agent. Let's be honest, ports and muskets just ain't that cool anymore. A lot of producers have taken it off their roster and just don't make them anymore. Luckily for us, there's a pocket of true believers that have been making this heady liquor for 25 vintages uninterrupted. And they're right here in the Bickley Valley. Welcome to the little hidden gem that is Myersfield Vineyard. I'm here to talk all things Solera. Josh, thanks for having us in your little slice of paradise.
No worries, thank you very much.
How long have you guys been tending the vines out here?
So we bought this place as a derelict orchard back in '99 and bulldozed the whole lot, started from scratch. We already had an existing vineyard over in Bickley at that stage.
Amazing, awesome, fantastic delivery of a classic winery, but you guys are also really focused on liqueur fortifieds. Where does that drive come from?
Most people love a sweet, luscious, rich dessert wine, and there's such unique wines in the winemaking landscape. We couldn't help ourselves but, start that project. And I think too that, the big boys, the big companies no longer really champion these varieties, so they've become a bit of a bastion of the small producers, and we wanted to be part of that club. So 24 years ago, we started our Solera liqueur collection, which included Pedro Jimenez and Brown Muscat, and it's been a wonderful journey.
Solera is a really unique way of blending these wines. Why do you head down that route?
Well, it's a system of blending that was developed in Spain back in the day when they were making sherry, and it works magnificently. It incorporates in the wine not only the old, rich material, but also the young, fresh, vibrant material. So you kind of get the best of both worlds, and that I think makes a wine that's more complete as a fortified.
So that'll mean that you've got a Solera system with barrels sitting around somewhere on property?
Absolutely, yep.
We better go and have a look.
Let's do that.
Most wines capture a single moment in time from a single vintage. But Solera-style wines, they tell the story of many years, even decades, in just one sip. They do this by blending different wines in one bottle. But here at Myersfield, a glass of their 25-year-old Solera has 25 different vintages. So this is the best way to visualise how a Solera system works. In this barrel here is product from 25 years ago. Right above it is wine from 24 years ago. Now imagine all that time ago when you blended those two wines together, you'd have light, bright and fresh from the first wine and something a little more complex from the second, producing a really interesting wine. Now imagine that the boys at Myersfield have been plugging away and doing exactly that for the last 25 years. And instead of 2 barrels, they've got 25, mixing it all together. And as you can imagine, the wine that comes out the other end, pretty damn good. It's a complicated system that takes time and patience. To really understand it, I thought I would talk to the winemaker, Josh Uren. Josh, you really can tell the colour difference. Walk me through that.
Yeah, so this one is actually bottled 15 years ago. And so it's had a lot less time in barrel compared to this, which has been in barrels for the last 15 years. Only bottled last year, so it's had all that time to age in barrel.
Right.
Develop those colours, and those sugars are just concentrating.
You really can tell the difference between those two, that vibrant, fresh, kind of punchy, but this has got like an old leather.
Yeah, it's got like a rancio flavour developing in there. It's got more of that coffee notes, which is secondary, whereas this is a little bit more grape flavours.
And this is pretty scarce, I imagine.
Yeah, so we only bottle 400 litres. We're picking raisins to start with, so you've got a small amount of fruit being made into the wine. But you lose a little bit each year with the evaporation, and the flavour stays in there. So that's concentrated, you get more complex flavour, and it's a better wine in the end.
A glass of Solera is like tasting a symphony of vintages, telling the story of not only the trials and tribulations of each year, but the story of the family behind it as well. One of my favourite ways to experience this wine is a little unorthodox. A scoop of vanilla ice cream and a good slug of Solera, that's heaven.